Hey gang, today I'm working on this 2000 Chevy Corvette C5, and what I'm doing here is I'm replacing the harmonic balancer. And I'm not going to do a full video on the replacement, but I want to do a little bit of a post-mortem here because there's a couple of things that should be noted that may help you hopefully. And one of them is there's actually a really good series of videos out there. A gentleman posted a 3-series video on changing the harmonic balancer, and I think he had a Z06, and I'm not sure what year it was, but one thing I noticed was the ABS bracket here I think is a little different on the Z06 or on the model year that he was working on, because I think it only had two bolts to hold the ABS, and then 2 bolts down on the bottom, and then one the big bolt for the steering rack went through it. But I will tell you, this bolt was an absolute bear to get loose because all the lines are in the way for the ABS, and you just have to loosen it basically, and the ABS will lift out of this cradle, and actually this cradle comes down off of the frame or wherever it's mounted, the subframe. So that's one thing to note. Second thing, the guy who posted his videos, he had some links to some very good tools, and one is this LS1 crank pulley. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a spanner wrench or something like that. It prevents the harmonic balancer from moving when you're removing the bolt. Okay, and a couple of things to note on this tool. One thing is I had to put some washers, spacers in these bolts because they bottomed out in these guys, and these things were just flopping around. So I guess they didn't drill the holes deep enough or something for these bolts to fully go into these shafts. And then secondly, and the thing that's kind of puzzling me a little bit here, this was a round head on this thing, a completely circular, and it did not fit down into the harmonic balancer. As you can see, if I turn it sideways, it will not go down in there. So what I had to do was take my angle grinder and cutoff wheel and cut this off so it would actually go down into the harmonic balancer. So that seems a little weird to me, and I don't know if I just didn't use it right or I've got a different harmonic balancer, but anyway, that's what I did. And as you can see, now when I put it in there, it's flush, it locks up on the harmonic balancer, and I think the purpose of this thing is to prevent it from slipping off the harmonic balancer. So I don't know, just something a little bit weird. I did have to modify the tool, but it worked. So the last thing, I did buy this tool. This was one of the links, tools in the link that the gentleman had in his video, and this is a very good harmonic balancer puller. I ended up using the second from the longest shaft to go into the crankshaft, and then you put this in here, and it's pretty easy to use. So then I changed it to the longest shaft to get it the rest of the way out. And man, this harmonic balancer is pressed on there, and it is on there tight. So the other thing is this bolt, the torque on this thing is tremendous, and it's got some goop on it. I think the spec on this, the torque is like 200 and something foot-pounds, and it's a stretch bolt or something like that. So I was actually afraid that I was going to round this thing off, and luckily I didn't. But man, it took everything I had and a 2-foot breaker bar to get that thing loose, and luckily I had this tool to prevent the harmonic balancer from rotating, so that saved me. Just be prepared, make sure you have the right tools and a 2-foot breaker bar. You are going to need a shorter breaker bar to go into this and up against the frame to hold the harmonic balancer from rotating. Okay, and then the other thing here, while I'm in here, I am going to change the crankshaft seal and the water pump. So I've got those on order. Actually, the water pump is coming tomorrow. I've already got the crankshaft seal. The other thing I'm having to replace is the sway bar links. Those are worn out, so those will be here tomorrow. And had to take that sway bar out of there. But man, this job, I will tell you, it is not easy. And to get that steering rack out of there, just another note here. And the other gentleman had it in his video, but you absolutely do have to loosen these Cradle bolts. There's one here, and let's see if you can see it there. One there, and you loosen those till you can't see any more threads, and you have to basically pry this apart. And it's a little tough when you've got the cradle up on jack stands. I basically had to lift up the front of the frame piece. You can see the bump stops or whatever, and I had to lift up on that, so I was lifting the frame away from the cradle. So yeah, this job is definitely not easy. If you're having any doubts on whether you can do this, I would definitely get a buddy to help you who knows what they're doing and has done this kind of work before. So anyway, I hope this video helps you in some way. If you like my videos, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for watching.